Alright, so before we start working on the subscription form, let's just go ahead and install React Toastify so we can have multiple notifications. So I'm going to go ahead and just npm install it. And then we just need to have a toast container as well, pass it into our layout. So I'm going to go into our layouts folder, going to go into the authenticated layout, and down here I'm just going to have a toast container. So with that sorted, let's head into our components folder and create a subscription form component. It's going to be used outside of the model, which you're going to be using in the page where you can upgrade your subscription as well, along with using it in the pay page. It's going to be a reusable component we're using in multiple places. So for this area, we need to have of imports here. We need to first and foremost import React. Then we want to have use effect and use data imported. We also want to import add element from Stripe, and as well as that we want to have use Stripe and use elements imported. And then we just want to import Toast from ReactJS, and we want to import use form from InertiaJS React. And then we want to have const subscription form, and then here we want to pass through subscription and plans. And we want to have const Stripe element that's going to be set to equal to use Stripe. We're going to have a const of elements equals to use elements. And we're going to have in here a billing cycle and a set billing cycle. Then we're going to have a const data set data post equals to use form. And then here we want to have the plan, which is going to be set to subscription dot plan subscription dot plan, or basic in this case, because that's what we're going to call the default plan. And we want to set the billing cycle to billing cycle. And we want to handle plan change as well, which we're going to equal to handle plan change, and we're going to have a new plan pass through. Then here we're going to have a set data with a plan equals to new plan. And then we're also going to have a function here which is going to handle the billing plans, and we're going to have one to handle the submit and one to filter the plans. So we want to create the handle billing cycle change. And then here we just want to have a constant new billing cycle. We want to set the data billing cycle to new billing cycle. And we want to have const default plan, find the plan, check if it's annual, and then get the title, and then set the plan in here. And for handle submit, we will work on that later on because we're not submitting anything yet. So in here, we're just going to have the event. And with this event, we're going to prevent it by default. And I'm going to leave the rest of that form for now because we don't want to work on this video because that's going to be quite a long video then. So this is a two-part video where we're going to outline the first things to just have the form displaying, and then later we're going to be charging the user. And we're going to have the const filter plans equal to plans.filter, and it's going to be looking for is annual equal to billing cycle equals to annual. And then we just want to return some code here. In here, we want to have form with a class name in here, where we're going to have a space y3. And we want to have a div in here with next mt2 space x3 items center. And then we want to have an input in here, ID of checkbox, and we also want to pass through some other things in here, which is going to be classes, which I'm just gonna, to save time, I'm just gonna copy them in. Otherwise, I think this video could be too long. We've been setting a relative before inline block, a ring slate 300 before width 6 and before height 6. And we're setting all the rest of the classes here as well. There's quite a lot of classes here, by the way, so feel free to get that from the GitHub repository. And then we want to have a label down here. That's going to be for actually don't set the for in here. So what we just do is we set billing cycle text here. And class name is going to be text small, text gray, 500, ms3, dark, text gray, 400. Then we're going to have the filter plans down here. Again, to save time, to not make the video too long, I'm going to copy down this here, which is just where we have the plans filtered here. So we're getting the value, the price here, we're getting the title. We're then basically creating a ability to change between the plans. And then just below the unordered list, we just want to have the card element with the class name of border 2 and padding of 2 and shadow small. And then we just want to have a submit button, which we can leave for the next video. And these are the classes for the submit button here. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.